Eric here, bringing you more on the Cranberry Lifestyle YouTube channel. We've got a beautiful day to get started with our fertilizer boom. We've got to make some minor adjustments and make sure that we've got our calculations perfect. That way we don't overdo our application. We'll have to change some gears around and make sure we've got the right setting for our fertilizer boom. I'm just down looking at these vines. I would prefer if they were dry, that way our granulars don't get caught up on top. I want them to be able to settle down on the bottom of the vines and settle in the soil. So let's check them out. So you can see that sand underneath where it's settled. That's good. So I'm just checking these vines. They seem very dry. So there's no issue with us getting started early today. You never know, it's nice to get started early because something can always go wrong and then you'll be out here all day or you might miss your window. Just popped over at the other farm. Looks like the guys have the same idea here. Get started nice and early. So this is our new unit. It's definitely more advanced than the one over at the other farm. Right behind me you can see a giant hopper. This is what we put our fertilizer in. It's definitely a step up. That right there is a 1,500 gallon water tank. So these feeders here, stainless steel. Everything is stainless steel. So it definitely will have a longer lifespan. So you can see here everything operates off of a computer. The operator has to be very diligent, but you've got the on-screen visuals and it allows you to see exactly what's going on, whether it's weight or the amount of application you're putting down. Definitely a lot different than the one at the other farm. That one just runs off gears and knobs. So it's important though that we get it finely tuned so we know exactly what we're putting on, and we'll basically just have to do a manual calibration. I'm gonna load these U-joints up with some grease. Okay, we just greased up this PTO shaft, so really want to make sure it has some grease in it. When I go out here and I make my turns around our beds, those are all 90-degree turns. That's a lot of stress on these U-joints. I don't want anything to break. I put some oil in this gearbox for this fan here. Okay, we'll put that PTO shaft back on. I'll go out. We're gonna do some measurements here and make sure that our fertilizer boom is putting out the correct amount. I don't want to have an over application, that can cost you a lot of money. So we'll make sure it's calibrated properly and then we can start doing the whole farm and get it done. We're going to put this stake in and then we're going to measure down 145 feet. So basically 145 feet down, our boom is 75 feet out. And so that basically works out to 1/4 of an acre. So we'll be able to calculate how much we're putting out on 1/4 of an acre, and I'll multiply that by 4 to figure out how much we have going down for 1 acre. We want to put down about 40 pounds per acre. Okay. So with this system here, I'm going to have to get up there manually, change the setting for the gear. This might be a little better angle for you to see. So here's the gears that work together. So I have my handy dandy sock here, nothing but the best. And all that's going to do is just capture whatever comes out of this chute. We'll be able to use that for our calculation. Okay. I'm going to turn the RPMs up on this tractor I'm gonna get that fan rotating, and after a while it warms up, and that warm air goes through, and it'll clean out any moisture that's in those lines. Once it's up high enough, we'll have to put some ear protection in. So I've just got these little earplugs. I'll throw those in. Those were great. Troy, he's got a headset on, and he'll be able to use that to protect his hearing. This thing can get really loud as we get going. Super loud. I've got the scale zeroed out now, so it's actually at 0 with the bucket weight. So that's what we want. And I've got it set to pounds and ounces. There are 16 ounces in a pound. So let's see how many ounces we have here. I'm going to add this one. We'll do a little math, but I need my phone back. So right now we've got an average of 6 ounces per shoot. When I multiply that by 4 again, right, for our 1 acre, and then by 25 for each shoot, that puts us at 600. And then when you divide that by 16, it puts us at about 37.5 pounds per acre. Anyways, we're good to go. Let's put this fertilizer boom to work now. Switch up here that turns those rollers on and off. I'll turn it off a little early just so I can blow out the rest. There. Head down to the next bed. Sometimes as we're going along, I have to compensate with that boom, either up or down. But if I take it up or down too far, it'll mess with this chain. So basically what happened, this chain came off the sprocket, but I'll back up and we'll put it back on and we'll keep going. See, this road is pretty narrow, so I just have to be careful. But I do want to make sure that we have proper coverage. really glad we were able to get that fertilizer boom out and get that job done. Titus and I are here. We're getting some yard work done. We've got this giant tank of water behind us that we filled up. So right now we've got some grass showing up on our yard. I put some seed down a while ago. We need to start getting some water on it.
Oh no.
Start the engine.
Fighter helmet on.
That's a good idea. Go get it.
And go! That's the helmet of when you get to be a surveyor. Whoa!
Don't aim it at the ground, because that'll destroy the soil. There you go. Keep it up in the air. Well, that was an action-packed day. I'm glad we got all that done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one.